right, thank you. So what I'm going to share with you today is Money Phone. Now what's great about this is you have a couple study guides that if you don't have them already, you will soon, which is the book. All the scripts I'm going to give you are inside the book, and I also have a quick start guide that you have access to, and a link for that as well. So you can follow along with me. My goal for you is to help you close some deals. In fact, my goal is to inspire and motivate you, because in as little as 20 to 40 minutes from now, you could actually be engaging a prospect and setting up a deal that you could potentially close. I'm also going to give you the scripts you need to do that. Now, if you're in a position where, for example, you don't have technology, or maybe you don't have an audience or a list at all, I'm going to take care of that too, because you actually have more resources at your fingertips than you realize right now. So, this is how to go from being a slave to your phone to making your phone a money-making slave with Money Phone. Now, Money Phone is a book. It's a #1 best-selling book that is specifically designed to help you get and close deals no matter what business or industry you're in. And I'm going to make a couple promises for you. First of all, I'm going to show you where the biggest and most profitable opportunities are right now that you have access to, where in my experience, there is $100,000 to $1 million at your fingertips right now. It depends on what industry you're in, but I'll show you a place where either you have it instantly available to you or with a short trip. And this takes about 20 minutes to set up, and 10 minutes per day can produce results for you. And it requires no tech, no tools or team or special skills aside from your mobile smartphone. Okay? And it's adaptable to work online, meaning you can use it on Skype or Facebook or any other online medium. And the free Quick Start one sheet and the book and the scripts are available for you to download and access. All right. So I want to begin with this big idea, which is money loves speed and time kills deals. What do I mean by that? Well, what it means is every day that you aren't closing a deal, like for example, if your first goal is check your bank account in the morning, get motivated to fill it up, and then use this process, use the Money Phone process, because if you just invest about 10 minutes a day, I promise you, you'll end up investing more time than that because it actually works and you'll close some deals. So think about it. If you knew that if in 30 minutes a day you could actually secure a couple deals or start a couple deals rolling in, would you do it knowing that your bank account is going to be fuller than it is right now? Let's say you were motivated by the fact that you'd add an additional $10,000 per month. Well, that's why you want to pay attention to what I'm going to share with you today. So if you think about it, there are two things that are incredibly hard to get. And the first one is attention, and the second one is trust. Money Phone actually accomplishes both of those. So I'm going to just tell you a quick case study, and there's something really, really great that just happened today. So in a moment, I'm actually going to play a video message that I got from Ken Okazaki. He flew in from Japan, and when he sent this to me, he was actually in Japan. This is in his backyard. But first I'm going to play this for you, and then I have a really, really special treat. So let's begin with the video first.
Hey guys, my name is Ken Okazaki and I am in Yokohama, Japan, and I wanted to make a quick message to Mike Kinnings and Ed Rush for making such an excellent program. Now, quick story, I was watching on Facebook the webinar preview for the program, and it was just kind of white noise going in the background, and then this thing called the six-figure text message popped up on the screen. So I thought, hey, let's try this, because I had this one client that wasn't getting back to me for some time, and I just kind of gave up on him. So I copied and pasted that text message over to him, and sure enough, before the preview was over, I think the preview was a little bit over an hour long, but before it was over, he had gotten back to me and we had made an agreement on a $60,000 deal. Now, immediately I was looking for the price. I wanted to buy the rest of the program. So what's so amazing about this is even before I purchased the program, which I did, even before I purchased it, I was already at $60,000. Now, I am not a consultant or advisor, but I'm considering it at this point. I am a video web marketing agency, but I just want to say thank you, and I'm eager to get into the rest of it, really eager to get more results in the sales for my video marketing agency. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Ed.
I just found out, I mean, I'm doing this video right now, and I look in the back, and I cannot believe who's sitting down on the couch. So with us today from Japan is Ken.
Hey, Mike.
How's it going, man? This is
Doing
so
great.
funny.
Thank you.
So, and this is, I swear to God, this was not planned at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you kind of catch us up on what's going on. You'll have to hold the catch box. This is our fancy microphone.
Got it.
But why don't you tell us what's happened since you sent this video, and where you just came from, and then I'm gonna shoot a little mini video as soon as you're done with this because it's just so incredible.
Yeah. You know, what he put up there, time kills deals, is that right? Money loves speed, time kills deals. Absolutely true. Since this video, which was like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe, I've raised my price to $96,000 and been closing deals right and left. It's really a matter of just copying the scripts. I do not have to think of anything. I just copy and paste what he puts in the book, and it works really well. I'm from Japan, but I just came from Bangkok, and one of my clients just put me on a stage in front of 2,000 business owners. And what I do is I teach strategic branding for celebrities, business owners, and brands. And I didn't have anything to sell there. I was just educating the crowd. When I got off the stage, about 50 people approached me and said, "What can I buy from you?" And I literally don't have a back end. I don't have a digital product. I don't have a seminar. And they're asking me, "What can I buy from you?" Now, this is all as a result. You got this started when I bought that book or the program, copied and pasted 2 lines of text. That's what started it all. But, just implement quickly. Don't hesitate. If it doesn't work, move on to something else. But you just got to try it right away. That's what I got to say.
Right. Yeah. So I'm curious. So you had mentioned that you've been closing some other deals, and you just closed. What's been like the deals you've been closing with Money Phone since since you got Consultant Profit?
My confidence has gone up, and I used to charge $60,000 for consultation. Now it's $96,000, so that's an improvement there.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what was the deal that you just said you closed before you walked in here?
Yeah, that was $96,000.
Oh, I thought you
yesterday.
said $6,000.
No, 96. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else that you got to say about what's been going on with this?
Well, I'm completely sold on your programs. I'm going to come back for the December Publish and Profit. I need to get a book out there. I'm working on my digital product. When you have 50 people saying, "What can I buy from you?" and you don't have anything to give them, that's a really big motivation to make something quick, right?
You just let $100,000 pass through your fingers. Feel that pain. Just feel that pain.
Yes. I felt so much pain. These guys are literally saying, "What can we buy from you?" Because all the other speakers are selling something. And I was just the content piece, right? So that's my next step. Create my digital product and offer it out there. Yep.
Unbelievable, man. Well, thank you for that. Let's give him a hand. Wow. Thanks. All right. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue on, all right? You ready for some more goodness? Yes. All right. Fabulous. So here's the next thing that happens, and even Ken will say, and I actually know a little bit of the history about the first deal he closed because it was someone he was communicating with. But what if you don't have a list? Where are you going to go? The key to getting a deal is to know where the money is. Now, in my experience, I'll tell you where the money is, and I'll tell you why. And if I, again, had to build a business all the way completely from scratch, this is what I'd do. In fact, I've been going old school lately because pound for pound, minute for minute, dollar for dollar, this is the best investment of my time I can make right now, and that is associations and trade shows. Now, why associations and trade shows? It's because people are leaving their homes and their businesses. They're going to an event. They're paying money to buy a ticket. They're paying money for the hotel. They're taking that time away from implementation and probably some client work to get something out of that. So they're highly motivated and they're tuned to get something. And that means they are open to being influenced and persuaded, and they're looking for some kind of help. Now, if you're wondering, well, where do I find these? You go to Google and you type in trade show schedule, and if you want to add on a city name, like your city name, you'll type that in, and in there are tons and tons and tons of directories. So the old, I don't know where to begin, it's called Google, okay? And if you can't use Google, I can't help you. But the bottom line is, this is where the money's at, and inside there are people, they're looking for speakers, they're looking for experts, they're looking for people to do booths. booths. But if all you do is wander around and look for people, and I'll tell you how to do that next. So here's what I do. I look around for people who either have booths, or I also walk up to people. I'll go to breakouts, and I look for people who are highly motivated and highly engaged. Those are the people who are generally going to be very high quality target clients. But the other thing I do is, because on everyone's badge it has the name, their name, and the name of the company, I can wander around, I look at them, and I use Google, and I look them up maybe on LinkedIn, for example. So I'm just walking around with my phone. But the key to all this is asking great questions. So I can qualify someone in 10 to 20 minutes. Again, for example, I've done this multiple times at a trade show booth, and even though they have a booth, I end up closing them into my programs. Here's how I do it. First of all, I ask the basic questions. So who are you, and what does your company do, and what do your products do? How does it work, or what does it do? All right, I want to get that. Again, generally speaking, I try to do a little bit of preliminary research just by checking out Google. It takes me like 30 seconds. And then, who is your product for, or who is your ideal customer? Okay, next up. The best is, can you tell me a story about how that ideal customer has used your product successfully? And the reason I do this is because most people talk too much, especially at trade show booths. Salespeople, owners of businesses, if I can have them tell me a story of their perfect customer, boom, you learn a lot more in a much shorter period of time. Next up, I say, how or where do you find your best customers right now? And by the way, I'm going to precede this by saying these are marketing related questions, but they're adaptable for any business. So as a coach or consultant or advisor, I do a lot of marketing work. Again, you still, no matter what, need to know a lot about that business and who they're helping. So then I say, who specifically are some people or companies you're working with right now? I ask for specific names. Again, that tells me probably what kind of money they're able to charge and what the brands are. Next, what's working best for you to get and close customers? Okay. I have had people reveal to me their entire marketing strategy in a very, very short period of time, like where they're getting their best customers, how much they're paying to get them, and how much money they're making from them. And then how do you know when what you're doing to get customers is working? This is a measurement question. And by the way, just with this data alone, I can become an expert in any industry after talking to 4 people. I will know more than most companies know about their entire industry from asking a few of these questions. And then I say, how much does it cost to get a new customer? Okay, that will tell me a good idea what they're willing to pay for a new customer as well, and it will give me an indication of how much they're willing to pay for a consultant. Okay, so what is the biggest challenge you are experiencing right now in your sales process? Basically, they're telling me where they need help, and if I know someone who can do that for them, I can probably make money just referring someone to them. Now, what have you done to fix that challenge? Okay, and then what other challenges are you experiencing right now in your business? Again, just from these, someone is going to give me a whole list of stuff they are willing to pay money for right now to fix, get rid of, or improve. Okay, and that's what you need. And then I always say, what else? What else? And what else? And I keep on going and going. Now, the other thing that I often do is, while I'm doing this, because I don't have a great memory and I want to remember it, is I use a little program. It's called Rev. It's an app. And when I start asking some of these questions, I say, hey, I've got a horrible memory, and if there's some way I can help you out, is it okay if I record this right now? I've never had anyone say, no, you can't record it. So I push the red button, and I start recording that audio, and when I'm done, I name it, okay? That way, I know exactly the language they're using and how to follow up with them. And that's all you need to close big deals. But there's more, okay? Now, I'm going to share with you, this is one of my customers who's gone through some of our programs, and it's a story she told me. So just like Ken just a moment ago, she walked up to me, she saw me at an event, and she says, I got to tell you my money phone story. So I'm going to play that for you right now.
Hi, I'm Gila Kurtz, president, co-founder, and co-owner of Dog is Good, a lifestyle brand for dog lovers. And I just want to say that one of the best tips I ever got at a conference I was at was from Mike Koenigs about the money phone. And since I do a lot of trade shows, I totally implemented this right away. So at my booth, tons of people coming in, and I literally did the videotape thing where I videotaped myself with them, you know, hello, my name's Gila, and then who that person was, what they needed, and my promise to them, and then I texted it to them right away, right in that moment, and literally that evening, you know, I would follow up with them, or they came back to the booth the next day. One guy in particular, I loved this. He said he was scrolling through his phone at night, and he got my text, he saw the video that we had done in the booth, and he said to himself, I gotta go back, if nothing else, and order from this lady, because that was a brilliant idea. He said, I met so many people, I didn't remember anybody, and there you were on my phone. And so he came back to the booth, and we got a lovely order, and now he's a great customer of ours. And I continue to use that all the time, even post-show, because I can text the people, to send some additional video messages if I want, and they like it because they get to know me, the person that behind the brand or in front of the brand. They make the connection, and they appreciate that. So anyway, it was one of the best tips. I implemented it immediately, and it does work. I loved it. So since I started implementing it at that particular show, I probably closed about 5 or 6 accounts right away at that particular show, and then we continue to do follow-up orders all the time and ever since. So it's really been effective. It's also been great for networking though too, because at events when I'm meeting people, I do the same thing, and then I connect with them later, and they remember me. We're building relationships and doing collaborative things, and I love that.
There. All right, so I actually jumped the gun there a little bit because you're wondering, well, how does this fit in? So actually what she did is she uses this at her trade show. So when she has people coming up, she's capturing information. I'm going to show you my process in a moment, so this will make a lot more sense. All right, so let's start out, and I'm going to show you where you've got a whole bunch of qualified leads in your phone right now, and that is in your contact database. I was just scrolling through mine when I made this little video, but if you think about it, you and I meet with people all the time. We connect with people, and we have every intention of following up, and we exchange contact information, we start a conversation, but neither one of us connected. And if all you did right now is scrolled through, I guarantee you'd have an, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I left that, I left that, I left that, that's an opportunity, that's an opportunity, that's an opportunity. So what you do is you put your phone in airplane mode, you grab a piece of paper, you set a 20-minute timer on your phone with a dinger at the end, you scroll through the past 2 to 36 months of messages, and you start finding people who you know they were interested in doing something with you, okay? And you write them down, and you rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, meaning 1 meaning they are hot and they'd be ready to do something with you, or whatever value system you have. And the next step is to send what I call micro commitment messages. Okay, and all these is a way of getting someone's attention very, very quickly. So that's the process right there. And that's what I want you to do as quickly as possible, because you could very well be able to engage someone and start a sales conversation with them in a matter of 5 minutes or 10 minutes from now. That's what Ken did, for example. So this is what is known as a micro commitment message, which is nothing more than a way of getting someone to say, hey, I'm here. So if you just send them a quick message and it says, hi, so-and-so, checking in. Do you need anything from me today? Now, of course, if this is someone who may or may not remember you, what I always do is whenever I meet someone, I always take a picture. I do a selfie with them and me at a trade show. I just go, boop. And when we exchange information, I send them, I just say, hey, what's your phone number? And I text them that phone number along with my contact info, okay? That's the way I get it going. And if I haven't followed up with them in a little while, I'll just send this. Now again, if I don't have a picture and I haven't contacted them before, I'll just send a picture of myself along with that message. That way they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember you. You're that person who blah, 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 right? Now here's another one. This is another very, very powerful one. Hey Bill, I was looking through my phone and I found this picture of us from the blank conference. I was just thinking about you. How are things? Okay? Boom. This is, again, a way to re-engage someone. And then they're going to tell you what's going on. Now, you'll notice I didn't ask about business. I'm not trying to sell them anything. I just want to know how things are. And remember, getting someone's attention is the hardest thing in the world to do, followed by their trust. Now, at this point, I would say something along the lines of, hey, quick question, are you still interested in blank? So for Ken, who was just standing here a moment ago, Ken may have engaged with someone, and this is one of the ways he closed his first deal, if I remember correctly, and it's actually someone we know. He said, hey, are you still interested in creating all those videos for your Facebook marketing or advertising? And of course that person's going to be like, oh yeah, I meant to follow up with you and blah, 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 blah. But think about it. Whatever the promise is for your business, or for that matter, if you're just representing someone, which means you don't even need a business at all to do this, you could just pass the lead on to someone who does have a real business. But are you interested in growing your business, losing 20 pounds, capturing more leads? Whatever it is, this is why we ask those questions at a trade show. But if you've had any kind of engagement with anyone, you know what they want and what they need. Okay? Boom. So you just fill that in right there. So the bottom line is this. If you think about it, and this is statistically accurate, 95% of all text messages get engagement from the recipient in minutes. And there's one thing that I consider the holy grail of all of marketing. And I'll prove this to you in a moment. But whenever you have the little ... that means like your message has been delivered. And if someone's responding, you know they're at their phone right then and you have their attention. And if you think about it, you could have a database right now of 100,000 names. And if all those messages went out, you're lucky if you don't even know if someone is at their computer clicking on that message and looking at your email, all right? So one text message and we have their attention, we have their interest, we have engagement, we've got their curiosity, especially if you start using the next step. And now what we need to do is earn their trust. And the question is, how do we earn someone's trust? Especially if it's someone maybe we met once, we didn't follow up with them. We need to engage them again and get them thinking. And this is the pinnacle of all of marketing. And before you can close a deal, you got to have this. So first of all, I want to show you this. So if you compare other marketing methods, you think about it, email, open rates are at 10 to 20%. If you're lucky, click-throughs are less than 10%. That means if you send out 10,000 messages, you get 1,000 opens. And I'm telling you, that's good these days. Email's total poop, okay? You're lucky if you get 100 clicks out of that, okay? That's out of a list of 10,000, okay? And that doesn't mean jack, okay? Email clicks aren't worth diddly doing it anymore, okay? But a person with a phone, you get 5 of those, you're in the money, okay? Especially someone you've had some kind of connection with. Right? So Facebook ads, these days, the cost per click, the cost per lead, the cost per sale, it's insanely high. I mean, for you to be here right now, I can tell you, if you came via a Facebook ad, I paid between $700 and $1,000 just for the sale, okay? That doesn't include our overhead and everything else, okay? And we're good at this, okay? So, and then you look at direct mail and magazines, trade shows, speaking. Again, old school is very, very powerful. You don't need a lot of people to make a lot of money when it's the right fit person. All right, so let's go on to how you do the mind reading, the activation, and actually earn their trust. So a very smart marketer once said, he who diagnoses the disease is the one who is trusted to provide the cure. So what we do is we do this with a short video so we don't scare the prospect off. So the goal is we're going to engage them with a little short video that gets them to want to do something with us. And gets them excited. So this is one that's worked for me like crazy. And what I do is as soon as I know I've got their attention, remember, all I care about is I want those 3 dots. And I know that I've gone back and forth. I've got some kind of engagement, so I know I'm in rapport with that person. So then I say, I have an idea that will help you grow your business. I made a 1-minute video for you. Do you want to see it? What are you going to say to that? Right? No, I don't want to see your video. All right? Of course you are, okay? Now imagine if you sent that to 10 people and you had the engagement of 10 people. So you go through your list, you find 5, 10, 20 people out of the hundreds that you're probably engaged with. You send this out to 10. I guarantee you, a good number of those are going to say, okay, show me your video, whatever it is. So all it is me telling them about a deal. And I'm going to give you the script to close that right now, or to do that. So now again, I'm going to preface this by saying when I'm at a live event, what I do now is after speaking to a few people, and again, I'm selective and I pay attention to who, and I want to make sure that they're qualified, which isn't that hard if you do a little bit of research. Look at the tags, type it into Google, you know if you're going to be talking to an owner or president, or if you're at a booth, ask to speak to the owner, okay? Engage in some rapport. So what I do when I'm there, pull out my phone, I do a selfie, boom. I might do the audio recording, or when I'm done, we've got our little engagement, I'll say, would you like me to follow up with you? They'll say, yeah, I'd like you to follow up with me. Great. So I pull out my phone, put it in video mode, and I'll record a little video. Now, hey, Bill, now we're talking about blah, 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 and you told me that you want to doot, okay? Boom, less than 1 minute. Now I've got something to remind him about the conversation we had, even if the guy's talking to 1,000 people over a period of a week, okay? People don't remember you. Faces turn to mush in this day and age. So this is my follow-up script. And this might be from the event. So I'll begin with something like this. Hi, Bill. It was great meeting you at the event on Friday in Las Vegas. I've been thinking about you and your business, and I have a couple ideas about how I can help you get more clients and close them faster and for less money. In fact, I'm absolutely positive I can help you close more live event sales leads with a system I designed that is being used by Darren Hardy from Success Magazine and X-Prize founder Peter Diamandis. You told me you know you're leaving between $15,000 to $35,000 or more on the table at every event, and you don't have a system that works consistently. I will follow up with you on Monday with an idea that I know you will like, Safe Travels Home. Now that would be something, if I'm at the live event, I record it while I'm there. I just boop, boop, boop. I'll record 5 or 10 right in a row, right where the branding's there, and I'll send that out, okay? Think about it. When's the last time you got something like that from anyone? Okay? Probably never, right? You think you're going to be memorable? Think they're going to talk to you? Do you think you want to talk to people who are thinking about you and trying to solve your problems for you? It doesn't take a lot of qualified leads to close one of these. All right, so the structure that leads to a close is basically, hi, so-and-so, build rapport, and I have 3 things for you. Interest, tell them what they want, restate what you discussed when you met, and then how we can work together to get the result, and then a call to action. Okay, which is basically, I'm going to do it for you. And by the way, just so you have it, all this is in the book that I'm giving you and on the easy script, okay? So you don't have to follow all this right now or take a lot of notes because I already did all the work and you can copy and paste it. Bam! How do you like that, huh? Yeah, I'm going to close up. So this is another thing. So after the event is over, and I will tell you, you don't have to do all of these steps. I'm making it follow a really, really specific format. Like Ken, I know, he uses just a couple of these little things because all he needs to do is get them engaged and get them to say, yeah, I want to talk to you, and then close the deal. But this would be one, again, if I were talking to hundreds of people or dozens of people, what I'd need to engage with them. So this is on the follow-up day. Hey, Bill, I'm glad we reconnected. I've been thinking more about our conversation at the event, and I'm absolutely certain I have a solution for that challenge you have closing trade show leads with a lot less effort, or whatever you're doing. I know you're looking for a way to capture that lost money, and I know exactly what you need to make that happen. I can tell you what it is in a short conversation. I just got off the phone and have 5 minutes before my next call. Will right now work for you? Or just let me know and I'll send you a short 1-minute video that describes everything you need to know. If you think about it, why did I say it that way? I have 5 minutes right now before my next call. What does that imply? Urgency. Not only urgency, but I only need 5 minutes of your time to tell you everything you need to know. You don't have to invest a bunch of time on me. I'm not going to waste your time. Okay? I don't want someone who says, oh, I can meet with you anytime. I'm like, what a loser. Okay? You got nothing. If you're not busy, you probably got nothing. I say that with love. Okay? So, structure of a 1-minute video proposal. It goes like this. Again, where we met, the context and framing. Don't assume they remember anything. The photo helps. The video helps. Don't assume anything. The other reason I put in all the blanks is because if this person needs permission from someone else or is going to get their advice, I need them to be able to forward one video that encapsulates everything in it. Because you can't depend on anyone to ever tell your story for you. They will fail. I guarantee it. They're going to leave out a crucial element that will sink that deal faster than you can imagine. So encapsulate everything. So where we met, the context and framing, restate the problem they're having. So again, think about it like this. If it goes to that guy's wife or a partner, they got to go, yep, that is the problem we're having. Yep, I remember when you went to that thing. You spent so much money on liquor. Okay, but include your identity attachment. When we spoke, you told me. Now here's an important thing. If you attach what they told you, they're not going to back out of it. In fact, I got proof. You told me that on a video. Remember when you said, I'll send you the video, okay? So they're not going to say, I didn't say that. Yeah, you did, okay? So now you've got them in a spot where they're going to be making commitments. So now it's going to come down to, what are you, too cheap to make a decision? What's wrong with you, right? Okay. So social proof, it works. Now you'll notice that I said, now this is the same system so-and-so is using. Now if you don't have social proof, it works, then you don't put it in there. Okay? But you may say there's systems like this that are being used by other organizations. You can imply that if they don't start using it, they're probably going to miss out, or they're going to start losing some business too. It's sort of like, get on the high horse, buddy, or you're going to miss out. Okay? Missing out is a very, very powerful psychological trigger. Then mention specific results so they can experience results in advance. So when I say, you told me, you know you're losing or leaving $15,000 or more on the table at every one of your events, okay? That's implying that you're going to make that go away. Now again, you're not going to say that if you don't think you can do it. The whole deal is, now they're attached to a result. They're experiencing what it would be like to have that extra 15 grand. Okay? So the low commitment to move forward is, I have 5 minutes right now, or I can send you a quick video that'll explain everything you need to know to make a decision. Boom. Next up, you optimize, adapt, and automate. So what I do is I'm always testing objections and offers and messaging. Again, they're texting me back in real time why they can't, or I get on the phone with them. Well, the nice thing is I didn't make a big commitment. I can sit here with my phone. I can bang out a bunch of videos in less than an hour. They're 1 minute long, okay? I record the most common objections and the diagnosis. I engage them on Facebook, Messenger, Skype, and social. This works there too. Now, for example, Nicole and Chris, who work and do sales for me, for example, this is how I get information to pass along to them. They're saying like, hey, Mike, there's one of the challenges I ran into. I can make a quick video they can send to people too. This becomes sales training, right? And you can automate with mobile marketing services and a sales team. And then eventually you'll create these welcome and upsell videos for high-paying clients. All this is adaptable. You don't need a big fancy studio like the one I'm standing in right now to make this work for you. Now here's an example of a close video. So, hey Bill, when we first had our conversation at the event, you mentioned the challenges you're having closing prospects and leads from the trade show events. I'm absolutely certain I have a solution that will work for you. The system I'm going to share is being used by Darren Hardy from Success Magazine. It quadrupled his sales in 1 day. And founder of X Prize, Peter Diamandis, captured over 8,000 leads in 1 day that grew to over 100,000 people in 6 months. So I'm positive it will work for you too. Now, based on the numbers you shared with me of capturing an average of 150 leads a day, but only connecting with 20 after the event is over, I believe you'll be able to double or triple your sales in the next 30 days when you use the system. It'll take less than 5 minutes to fill you in on the rest of the details to get you started. Just got you off the phone. I have 5 minutes right now. Will right now work for you, or just let me know? So the whole point is, that's a whole video right there. And I'll also tell you that for people who watch this, who don't have a real business, you could just teach or do money phone for a business and charge $5,000 or $10,000 or get a percentage of sales doing it for them, right? So no one in the universe ever has an excuse for why they can't. I call BS. Every single business in the universe needs this. And I guarantee you they're not doing a good job of it right now. So you have my permission to actually implement this for other people. So now this is a tool that I use. It's on the hot sheet. It's a system called Scipio. You can try it out. I also have a form that I have that I hand out at a live event. I call it networking without a business card. Someone will say, hey, Mike, do you have a business card? I say, nope. I'll tell you why. Because you're going to give me your card. I'm going to give you my card. You're going to give me your card, and neither one of us are going to follow up. And I only work with implementers. So if you want me to follow up with you, fill out this form. And on it, and I'll give you a copy of this. It's also a download. It's got my name or their name and contact info with a checklist of all the products and services I provide. And they check them off. Now here's what's great about that. They're telling me all the stuff of mine they already want. I'm pre-selling them by providing that form, okay? And if they don't fill it out, be like, it doesn't look like it. You know, if you want free time, I don't work for free, okay? I'll let them know right away. This is what I got. Okay, that way there's no pitter-patting around and fuzzy dancing. If we're going to do business, we're going to do business. And that's the way I do business. But I also have an online version of that. So if you want to see it, you'll see exactly how I do it. I created a SurveyMonkey form. You can call me to that number, 858-213-0030. It'll follow up and send you a link to it. Okay? But this is the other way I do it when I'm at an event. So I'll put the slide up, for example, when I'm on stage, if I have permission from the producer, if I'm speaking. But I also hand it out. Okay? So, show you just a couple more just to top this off, the two-step close. Now this is one, and this is one of our events. It's called the Celebrity Boot Camp. It's in studio. You walk in, 3 days later you walk out with everything you need. Now this is a higher ticket program. Okay, so when I meet someone, who is a right fit, it will most likely be an authority, a business owner, someone who knows they want a marketing kit. They know they want some marketing videos, and they know they want media attention, for example. So what I do here, again, I'm using some pretty advanced psychology, but I'm giving this to you as a bonus. You just kind of see how I get someone engaged and get them thinking. So this is the context, the framing, and I heard you and I know it's wrong. So again, I asked the very similar questions I asked before. I say, hi, so-and-so. You and I met at JJ Virgin's event, and you told me you're struggling to get good leads, close deals with high-quality customers, attract the attention of live event promoters to get speaking gigs, get media attention, and tell your story or elevator pitch effectively. You also mentioned you're scared to make your own videos and are confused about how to start using Facebook Live to promote yourself and your business. Now, I have an idea that I'm certain will help you solve these challenges. It's a quick way to generate qualified leads, get Facebook traffic, and promote your book and coaching business. If you want to know more, just text me back and I'll send you a 1-minute video that will show you everything you need to know. Boom. Instant engagement from that one. Again, I will have already done the pre-frame thing. Hey, is there anything you need from me today? So I know I'm in a rapport and I know they're there. So here's the pitch. Now what's great about this is the first one can be personalized. The second one can be the exact same recording. All right, same one I'd send to everyone. So I'm glad you asked for this video. Here's the big idea, and it's going to help you get attention, get on stages, close more deals, and finally start generating leads on Facebook in less than 3 days. It's a way for you to get media trained, so you're camera confident, get a sizzle reel to close speaking deals, get on stages, get a great video to use on social media, and look like you've been on TV for 3 years. And then you'll get professional photos, an infomercial that establishes your credibility, authority, and celebrity status, and a lead generation tool. Okay, so when someone from the media sees this, they'll want to put you on their show because you have instant authority and credibility. It's a program called the Celebrity Boot Camp, and I'll get you camera confident in 1 day and promote you to my social media following so you get leads and sales immediately. I've shared a link so you can see some example videos, sizzle reels and interviews, testimonials from some past customers who are exactly where you are right now. We have an event scheduled next month, but you'll want to hurry because there are only 3 seats available. Click the link and text me back if you have any questions. Boom. Right? Now what I did inside there, I just listened to what she said her problems were. I'm just repeating them back to her. Of course, I know I can fulfill on that, but this is adaptable for any business. And you can learn anything you ever need to know about any business. All right, so that's that one. Now, what I'm going to let you know beyond this, and this is what's important about money phone in general, is first of all, it's adaptable in my experience to any business. You can use it online and offline, meaning you can send videos with Facebook, for example. Facebook Messenger right now, I was just reading about this. Facebook's goal is to eliminate the phone number. Okay? Right now, Facebook messages gets delivered more frequently and with a higher engagement level than many people, at least young people, this is working, with mobile text. Okay, which surprised the heck out of me. So the whole point is, depending on your audience and your market, you can adapt and use this for any business type. So what I'd encourage you to do is start using and implementing this as quickly as possible. All right, so to finish this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you, the viewer, right now, if you're just finding out about Money Phone, maybe you picked up the book and you're watching this video, know that there is a digital version of the book available so you can copy and paste the scripts right out of it on this page. There's also the cheat sheet, which is just a super fast way to start implementing this right away if you have no time at all and you have a short attention span like me. The other thing I'll encourage you to do is there is a link below that you can use right now to register for a special masterclass with Ed Rush and myself. It's something called Consult and Profit. So when you heard Ken Okazaki earlier mentioning the fact that he first found out about this, he did this, and then he invested in a program and a course called Consult and Profit. That's where we actually teach you how to get and close even more deals using this strategy and other strategies as well, including proposals, scripting, ways to close big ticket deals. And our goal is to help you close a 5,000 or larger deal as quickly as possible. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm looking forward to seeing you on a masterclass and maybe someday visiting me here in the studio as well when you invest in Consult and Profit. Thanks for watching, and that's what I've got for you today.